What the hell? Why are you following me? Get out of the way, you little turd. Find the priest's home. God damn it. Where is this place? Okay, I need to go up and around. Damn it. Is this Cecil? Probably not. He looks like a peasant. The plebe. The plebeians. Is it plebeians or plebeians? I think it's... There's Herbert. I'm hoping it's pointing me to Cecil. Or just the home, whatever. I don't know if I'm still limited on time. Like, I feel really pressured to hurry. Which, you know, is probably the point. Which is fine. See, did I have to go all the way around? I feel like I did. God damn it! Fucking, I hate this town. It's built so weird. Oh yeah, I'm swinging, mate. Oh, crikey. Blimey on my balls. I don't know.
If not for that damned Yorvith, the Sirs...
Where the hell? Christ almighty. Wait a minute, what?
He cannot be trusted. If he found proof of...
Damn it, it takes so long to pull the goddamn map out. Wait, oh, there it is. He's back. The walls, one.
But if it wasn't for him, we could...
No, wait, this is north. God damn it. Stop moving the goddamn compass. Jesus. I'm not losing my time just because I don't know my way around this goddamn city. Okay, here we go, here we go. Go, go. Geralt. Jesus. Yeah, I'm hoping it's this building here. I think it is. Whatever this is. It looks like a nice house, whatever it is. Could be Cecil's. Actually, wait, this is where we were staying, I think. Are you Cecil? Yes.
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
Whoa, what can I do for you? Let's play dice poker.
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old cook insult, called king by some, thought that Aedirnians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That
What?
brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crab. 700 years ago, the elves reigned here. And 1,000,000 years ago, these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edirn. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want...
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Edirnians, Kedwenny, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen. A beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Vandegrift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the Dunbanner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armor. Then, Vandegrift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Vandegrift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Aedirnian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kidweni sorceress who wanted revenge on Vandegrift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
Alright, I shouldn't ask about that, because at first I was like, oh, that won't count against me, but yes, I think it does count against my time. Well, might as well ask him the other stuff, too.
Before the battle.
As if it was yesterday. Henselt's troops crossed the Pontard the third day after the autumn equinox. Edirn had good spies, so we were ready for them, and Selkirk lined up our troops along the hills. Our hearts rose at the sight of the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersberg and Gullet fluttering in the wind. Knights and armoured infantry side by side in our ranks. Even the peasants had their regiments. The dwarves were on the left flank. Over 5,000 strong we were. Nobody caring about race or background, like never before. Only King Demavend was missing, but he must have had more important business than defending his country.
You saw the Kidwenis cross the river?
From afar, I saw Vandegrift leading 4,000 heavily armed men. Many a heart sank when we saw the elite bearheads or the armoured banners from Ardcarrig. The Dun banner was in the middle, veterans of Brenna. As soon as he set foot on Adernian land, Vandegrift climbed a hill and surveyed the area, as if it was his fief. Son of a bitch was as sure of himself as ever. Upon spying him, I remember the dwarves all dropped their trousers and showed him their asses. Then Selkirk stepped out in front of us. His white armour shone in the sun. We were afraid a Kidweni arbalist would shoot him, but they too stood as if frozen, and Selkirk just looked at them and bowed ever so slightly.
You captured the Dunbanner standard?
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitors sent them to their deaths, refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Adernians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard lies with them. Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that standard. Did you see the duel between Selkirk and Vandegrift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ardcarrig. Selkirk won there. He beat on the visitor so hard he broke his sword. Selkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Vandegrift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Selkirk with that new sword.
Vandegrift is dead. What happened to his sword?
Saskia's got it. Good thing too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake or Selkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
Thanks, Cecil, that was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhart claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandegrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other 2?
I have a feeling Philippa has a handle on the rest.
Here's hoping you're right.
Okay. Alright, well, now let's actually talk about what we need to know.
I need to know where Reverend Olkin used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here. Don't forget about the monsters in the pit.
Okay. Hatred symbolized. Wait for events to unfold. Yeah, I'll get on it. So we need to come back and talk to Cecil at some point about the sickness thing. Maybe he can help in some way? I do not know. Search Old Khan's room. Where is this guy so I can get lost? Of course, I thought it was right there. I was like, oh, sweet. But of course, no. Not so lucky. Well, quick save it. Hopefully we're not, again, running out of time because we ended up talking to him longer than we should have. I don't know if we're actually timed, but I have no reason to think that we're not. So yeah, let's beat feet here. I do not want to get a crappy end, because I'm imagining it's not like, oh, you didn't do it fast enough, you have to do it again. It's probably more of a, well, events didn't turn out as well as you had hoped. Like, they will turn out better if you get a chance to investigate and all of that. Or maybe they just said, oh yeah, you're totally limited, but you're not actually limited. Okay, where is this priest? Church Ulkin's room. What? Wait, what? Why did the thing move? Okay, well, I think maybe it's just leading us in the right direction. I don't know.
Hey!
Hey! Hey! Okay, here it is. I'm assuming. Yeah, this looks to be his home. Hello! I'm doing good. How are you? Friendly people here.
Strange aura.
Oh, hello. Check these books. Ah, yes, reading. What Geralt really loves to do
Interesting.
in a bedroom at any given time. Pickaxe? Sure. I don't know why I took it at £6. 39 orens. Holla! I'm walking and it's not my choice, by the way. I don't know why. Let's check this. Ulcan's notes. Okay, let's actually read those real quick. Oh, well, well, this is the chalice, I'm going to guess. Can I? Nope. Okay, Definitely guessing this is the chalice. Well, not the chalice, the brew, but you know what I mean, assholes. God, you guys are such jerks. Alright. Oh, I still need to level at some point, but I'll do it after we're done here. I don't know why you're walking in there. That's very weird. Respected. Wait for events to unfold. Alright, well, I guess we just need to run over there and then things will happen now. So I think we made the time.
I got a serious career proposal.
So it definitely sounds like he had something to do with it. Birch. Take that timber. Oh, shizzle. But, yeah, sounds like he knew something was... Or he had a part in it because he has plans to make a replica chalice. So we need to find out who this other smithy is.
Hello, Witcher.
Hello. So that we can find out if he made it. Or if he attempted to make it. Well, I guess he probably did make it.
Such judgment.
If not for that
Though I don't
damned Jorvik, the servants
quite understand the
Someone's
point.
taking care of it.
Enough of this charade. Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace. We've talked enough. Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel.
Oh,
Burden's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scanlan Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why. The mongrel covets the crown.
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her, he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stannis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanting to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stannis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene Damed the Prince can curses on his kin. Nobody in Vergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stannis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stannis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stannis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olcan got what he deserved when Hensel cleaved his head. Now it's Stannis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
What was that?
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins.
That'll get
What
them
you
on
want,
your
to
side.
judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Aedirn? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Aedirn, can judge me. Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
Okay. I mean, things not looking great for him. Because the peasant was saying that he heard... I think he was saying he heard him talking to the priest specifically. However, I don't know if he ever saw that. I mean, I think it's too early to jump to conclusions.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
Yeah, hell yeah, girl. Preach it, brother. Tell these peasants. I mean, he's looking mighty guilty. At least as a corroborator. But is it possible...
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure. and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.